Greetings friends, today we get acquainted with the digital painting of a talented artist and young designer from Australia, Isabella Morawetz. Looking at any of Isabella's paintings, one might think she is painting her in oils on canvas, but this is entirely digital art. Her new style can rightly be called contemporary digital art, a cross between a classic handmade portrait using oil paints and digital photography. Despite her young age, Isabella Morawetz brought a new direction to the modern world of fine art. Who has not subscribed to the channel yet? Subscribe. We are waiting for a lot of interesting things. Let's go! What is digital painting? Let's figure it out together. Digital painting is a type of modern fine art associated with the use of computer technology to create an image and then reproduce it on a screen or transfer an image onto a hard or flexible surface using a printer or plotter. The creation of electronic images is not carried out automatically, but through the use of human-computer imitations of traditional artist tools. Digital painting is a dynamic art form that uses digitized traditional painting techniques such as watercolor, oil, pastel, but applied with special tools on a computer or graphics tablet using special software. This painting is more modern and progressive compared to classical physical painting. There are many differences between traditional and digital painting. The first is that traditional artists paint on the surface of a canvas or paper, while a digital artist paints on a screen. Unlike traditional artists, digital artists have the ability to change their paintings throughout the process, which is not possible with classical painting. A digital picture takes up much less space. You can always take it with you on any digital medium or send it by email or instant messenger. And to create it, you only need a tablet that fits even on the artist's lap. Traditional painting is characterized by the presence of a large number of materials, tools, and equipment. The computer in digital painting is the same tool as a brush with an easel. In order to draw well on a computer, it is also necessary to know and be able to apply all the knowledge and experience accumulated by generations of artists. At the end of the 20th and the beginning of the 21st centuries, digital painting is developing rapidly and occupies a strong position in the design of books, posters, prevails in the computer games industry and modern cinema, and is popular in amateur art. Traditional art practically reached its limit in terms of perfection of technique and means as early as the 18th century. Since then, almost nothing new has been added as before. The artist has paints, pigment, oil, or a ready-made mixture of them, canvas and brushes. Modern computer painting has already moved far ahead of the best paintings of artists of the past in terms of quality and scale of work, and it has room to develop further. Isabella Morawetz is an Australian digital artist born August 5, 1991. She has a degree in graphic design, grew up drawing, painting, and playing computer games, and she hasn't changed much. She discovered Photoshop at around age 12 and has been learning ever since. Making art is when she is happiest. She is always looking to develop new techniques and skills, whether digital or traditional, painting or photography. Looking back at previous work, she likes to see noticeable improvement. The talented artist recently captured some of the most emotional moments from the cult TV show Breaking Bad. She created stunning digital paintings in Photoshop. Some art lovers and electronic painting enthusiasts ask Isabella to make a lesson explaining how she draws. The artist considers this request very difficult because when she paints her paintings, she never thinks about it. In any case, she did put together a few suggestions that some would find helpful and others not. These tips sound like this.
When I start drawing, I open a new A4 or A3 canvas. Always make sure you have enough space for additional details. Don't make the canvas too small. Adding small details to a painting happens all the time, and you won't be able to do this if your canvas is about 600 pixels wide. Work in layers. This simplifies everything, especially when you want to redraw or correct mistakes. Usually I use only one brush for painting. I would recommend 100% opacity, fluidity, stiffness. However, mixing colors can be made easier by lowering the opacity of the brush. Because I'm using a tablet, it automatically adjusts the brush tool to pen pressure, which gives me more control over the drawing process. I create color palettes using the eyedropper tool, picking colors and drawing them onto the canvas. It just allows you to quickly use different shades later. Instead of wasting time feathering each brush stroke, I can use the finger tool to smooth out areas. When painting hair, I use a standard set of brushes with a size of only 1 pixel and just paint over each strand again and again. I start with a medium shade, then add darker strands and then lighter ones. I'm using a plain white color to add some highlights here and there. It takes some time to complete a full head of hair, but the result looks cool. To add more detail to the skin, I use the skin brushes that you can download. To be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how it works. I'm learning a bit too. I hope this helps you.
Isabella says. From all that has been said, we draw 2 conclusions for ourselves. First, digital art is becoming popular in the modern world, and it already has its followers. The second conclusion is that Isabella Morawetz has achieved high results in her work and many are trying to imitate her. But judging by the words of the artist, she herself continues to learn this art and, therefore, digital painting is only at the initial stage of development and has unlimited artistic potential. That's all well and good, but it's time for us to answer the question, who needs digital painting and how do people get it? But in the modern world, everything is very simple. Artists involved in digital painting post their works on certain internet resources and marketplaces. We do not deal with advertising, so we will not specify their names. They are already known to you all. After uploading digital files of works to the site, a fixed base price is automatically determined, which is the amount that the resource withholds for the manufacture and delivery of the product to your customer. The artist then adds to this the margin he wants to receive when he sells his work of art. How much can such work cost? It all depends on what you want to end up with, whether you want to print it, or just for use on the internet. If it's a portrait, how close you want the focus to be, certain colors, objects, and the level of them detail. But as Isabella Morawetz says,
don't expect a highly detailed piece of art for less than $200. I sit for hours and draw from scratch. You won't be fooled. This is my way of making a living, so please respect that.
As you and I can see, Isabella Morawetz pays great attention to her paintings. The attention to detail is simply amazing, and the mix of textures, especially the use of canvas, creates such depth that at first glance you might think it's oil. Artists such as Isabella Morawetz are now nuggets, bringing new directions to the modern world of art, opening up new opportunities and perspectives for artists. With you was the Touch Art channel and the work of the Australian digital artist Isabella Morawetz. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Write your comments and suggestions in the comments. This will help improve the content and make the video more interesting for you. Thank you.